Time now for your forewarned weather with Cedric Haynes.
All right, happy Wednesday, everyone. Of course, we saw quite a few showers and thunderstorms across the state as we went throughout our Tuesday. We had some areas of flash flooding. We also had even a couple of isolated severe thunderstorm warnings that were issued yesterday afternoon. But the good news is a lot of that activity has come to an end, but we are still tracking some rain, pockets of heavy rain, and some flooding this morning. All right, let's take a look at some of those rainfall totals. Over an inch of rainfall at Price Enterprise, picking up close to an inch. At Zion Canyon, almost an inch of rainfall. Of course, we know that's one of the spots that we're dealing with some flash flooding yesterday, dealing with some flash flooding as you wake up this morning. Spanish Fork picking up 3/4 of an inch to almost an inch there. Same story around Cedar City, picking up about 3/4 of an inch, and about 1/4 to a half an inch of rainfall from, let's say, Magna up towards the Milford area. St. George picking up a little over 1/10 of an inch of rainfall yesterday officially at the airport. But again, in some parts of Washington County, we know we were dealing with more in the way of flash flooding and heavier rainfall. As we look at the radar this morning, you can see we've got pockets of showers fading out across the north. We've got a batch of moderate to heavy rain that's been moving through southwest Utah this morning. Now, that's important because, of course, we had the heavy rain yesterday and the flooding. We had that heavy rain move through a couple of hours ago this morning, and that led to another flash flood warning being prompted around the Zion National Park area. So if you're going to be traveling in and around that area, just keep in mind that that is still a potential out there for the next few hours. The heavy rain has made its way off towards the east, towards Bryce Canyon. But as you can see, as that moved through, it lasted about an hour to 2 hours, but it dropped an additional 1/4 to almost an inch of rainfall in some spots. So that runoff will lead to that potential of some isolated flash flooding. As we go throughout today into tonight, that low pressure will help to work with that high pressure to our south to bring in more moisture and more chances of showers and thunderstorms out there, which means, yes, the entire state has, once again today, that chance of some isolated flash flooding, but we'll really keep a close eye on our friends up near Cache Valley and north towards the Idaho border for maybe an elevated risk of seeing some of that isolated flash flooding. So through this morning, we'll see some sporadic showers across the north and a few showers across the south. I do expect that to build in and enhance itself a little bit more as we go into the afternoon hours, so be aware of that. This evening we can still have some downpours in and around the area before it fades out tomorrow morning, but we pop up more showers and storms in that southwesterly flow for your Thursday and right on into your Friday potential as well. So we're definitely not going to be completely dry in the coming days. So just remember, flash flood safety. Of course, check the weather before you go. Have a plan to get to higher ground if you need to quickly. Never hike alone, and make sure folks know where your location is. And of course, remember, if there's a warning issued, you need to evacuate and get to higher ground. Don't waste any time. And of course, just make sure you're not caught in a flood. I wouldn't even worry about that. Don't get caught in the flood. As we go into the end of the work week here, we'll see that moisture slowly shifting to the north. But the good news is we get to keep the below average temperatures in place around the area. All right, St. George looking at highs around the low 90s, jumping to near 100 by the weekend as we dry things out. The Wasatch Front, low to mid 80s, jumping to close to 90 by your Labor Day. Quick check of traffic this morning, and as you'll be able to see here, not looking too bad out there for you as folks get ready for their Wednesday morning commute. We don't have any accidents or major incidents out there that are going to slow you down, but keep in mind that as we go throughout the morning, more folks will get on the roads, and that could change. But for now, looking pretty good across the region. Let's look at your traffic and weather. Now let's get you back over to Matt and Alyssa.
All right,